Okay, well, have you ever tried to match a celebrity's look and style? Well, you're about to meet a man who is taking his tributes to the very next level.
Now, using a combination of wigs, prosthetics and bodysuits, Elliot Rance, known online as Alexis Stone, has become every Fashion Week's dream guest. The only problem, you might find it difficult to spot him.
Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real.
When it comes to celebrity doppelgangers, Alexis Stone is a world-leading shapeshifter, having transformed into Dolly Parton, Lana Del Rey, Shrek, and everyone's favourite housekeeper, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello! Oh my God, my fans.
Alexis is now in hot demand from luxury fashion houses who hire him to attend the industry's most exclusive events, channeling Barbara Streisand for Balenciaga and stealing the show for Diesel as Jennifer Coolidge. Madonna impersonation for Jean-Paul Gaultier had fans doing double takes.
So we're actually doing this stage makeup, which I think is beautiful.
Recently, Alexis went viral for his devilishly perfect Miranda Priestley.
Dang. Gee, that's good.
Yeah, the devil wears Prada, and so does Elliot Rance, also known as Alexis Stone. Hello. Do we call you Elliot or Alexis?
Call me whatever you fancy.
Well, we'll call you quite fantastic. We'll call you a chameleon. Your transformations can take 3 to 6 months. So one of the first steps, we believe, involves a 3D face modelling. So take us through, how does that happen?
So it was only about a decade ago, technology was limited, and we've replaced the process of doing a physical life cast, similar to what they used to do in dental practices, and we just do it with 3D scanning machines now. It's a lot easier, and it's definitely a lot less claustrophobic.
But it is still unbelievably detailed. At least it seems that way to us, because you've got specialised wig makers, custom eye contacts, bodysuits. Talk us through the process a little bit more.
So it does take an army to get to a point of visualizing these concepts to making them a reality, from the sculptors, the mold makers, the artists that work specifically on the wigs, contact lenses, and of course the bodysuits. There's about 10 artists working in a studio just to bring this vision to life.
Amazing. And then you also have the dentures as well, so you capture the teeth. It looks like you do your own makeup.
I apply everything myself, but I wouldn't be able to do it with the collaboration of artists coming together.
Wow.
Let's talk about the tick of approval that you've received, Alexis, because stars like Glenn Close, Jennifer Coolidge and Meryl Streep have all given the tick of approval. What is it like knowing that the celebrities themselves actually love what you're doing?
Well, beyond being very surreal, growing up watching these women to a point that I became so obsessed that a decade later I'm now dressing up as them. But I think a lot of them have found themselves in the makeup chair themselves, so they also really appreciate the artistry that is movie makeup and becoming a character in essence.
Oh, absolutely. For your Cruella de Vil transformation, is it right you actually wore the original wig that Glenn Close wore?
Yeah, so Dean Morgan, who's the conservator at Paul Huntley, pulled the original wig out of archive for the first time since the original makeup test, and we obviously gave it a little zhuzh ahead of Paris Fashion Week. But the devil is really in the detail, so having things like this really makes my life not only a dream come true, but a really successful transformation.
Yeah, Alexis, it is the detail here and the lengths that you go to that makes this so captivating and so special and so memorable. You've even got some special Robin Williams items, is that correct?
Sure. So when I can, I try and get as much of the original team or props together. So we have things from a life cast of Robin to even a set of his dental impressions from when the dental team worked on his teeth for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wow.
Wow, that's very special. Is there anyone that you've wanted to do and you've attempted and it's just been too hard?
There are physical limitations being a 6-foot man. You want to make sure that the homage is respectful and loving as possible. So as much as I would love to prance down the street as Nicole Kidman, physically, I don't know if that's going to happen just yet.
So we're going to learn a lot more about the processes that you go through in a new documentary that is coming out next year. Tell us a bit about that.
So we've been filming a documentary for the last 3 years, which is a relatively lengthy period for a documentary, but every year when we finish, something crazy seems to be unlocked. So we cover everything from how the transformations have transformed my personal life and I guess the irresponsible spending of all my adult money on all these crazy things that have made my house a little bit of a Madame Tussauds.
But I tell you what, though, if you're making money for it, maybe hopefully it's a tax write-off. September's going to be a big month for you. Can you give us a clue about what you're working on?
So whilst I love to keep who I'm transforming into a big surprise, I will be returning back with Balenciaga at the end of this month to reveal the 2 months of work that we've been doing over the last recent future.
Well, Alexis, a.k.a. Elliot Rents, how fascinating. We're really grateful for you giving us a bit of an insight today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very clever. To follow Alexis's, Elliot's epic adventures, you can find him on Instagram. Follow the Alexis Stone for all those magical transformations.